Welcome. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to guide you through chair yoga. We will practice together for 30 minutes today. As we go through class, just a reminder to listen to your body. If any stretches that we work with do not work for your body, please skip them. You can come on out and you can modify. For your practice today, you'll want to have a chair to practice in. We'll be doing a variety of seated and standing stretches. So if you need to adjust your screen, please do so. And today's practice will be a lovely practice for the mind and the body. We'll work on doing some relaxation techniques for the mind and then relaxing the body, working on increasing flexibility and mobility and strength. And just a gentle reminder, all of the stretches that we will work with today, they're great because you can easily weave them into your workday. If you have a minute free to do some stretches, you can do some of these, even 30 seconds, just a little bit of movement to relax the mind and relax the body is so helpful. So we're going to get started by finding a comfortable seated position. You may want to move towards the edge of your seat. That will just help you to elongate your spine and also to engage your core. So we'll just look down, have your heels in line with your knees, and have your knees in line with your hips. So if you can adjust the height of your seat, you may want to do that just so that you have that alignment of knees in line with hips. And then try to feel that your shoulders are over the hips. So if you could see yourself from the side, we don't want to be leaning forward. That's very natural to shift forward a bit. So just having that long spine and then engaging the core. So a little tuck of the tailbone. You might feel your navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. And then find that length through your spine, through the back of your neck. And you can reach and stretch through the crown of the head. We'll begin to drop into the breath. So you can always close the eyes or soften the gaze. And begin to take deep breaths in and out. Maybe see if you can let your exhale be just a bit longer than the inhale. As you breathe deeply, feel your body gently reacting to the breath. Feel the navel rise on inhale and fall on exhale. Feel the chest rise on in-breath, fall on the out-breath. And then if you would like, you can set an intention for class. And that intention can be anything. It may be that you want to relax a little bit. Maybe you're holding tension in your body and wanting to let that go. There's really no right and there's no wrong intention. Let's take an opportunity to bring our chin to the chest. You can let your head hang heavy like a weight. We'll take our right ear to the right shoulder. We'll bring that into a little bit of that side neck stretch. Bring yourself back to center, chin to chest. Let's take left ear to left shoulder. Breathe in and out deeply. We'll take ourselves back to center and then gently circling the head here. Maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles. And then as you circle, just melting away any tension here that you might be holding on to. We will reverse, so we will circle in the other direction. And as you circle, maybe feeling if it feels more natural to circle this way, it might feel a little unnatural to circle this way. Just notice the body's natural movement patterns. Let's take our neck circles into the torso. So we'll begin to gently shift the weight around from side to side here. And then this is a really nice movement for getting into the low back. We'll get into the mid, the upper back. And then also great for getting into the sides of the body a little bit. So I'm gonna find a bit of length and we'll find a bit of space here. And then we'll reverse. We will flow in the other direction. Maybe as you circle, just feeling the body reacting to the movement. As you shift your weight off to the left, maybe feel that right sitting bone and leg lift up and lift from the chair a bit. Let's take ourselves back to stillness. We'll bring our feet out a bit wider than our hips. Let's gently drop our knees to the left and to the right. We'll just take a little windshield wipe of the knees side to side. Let's begin to drop our knees off to the left. And we're gonna work with our warriors here. So to begin, you'll want to be right on the edge of your chair. We're going to start with 90-degree angle in the leg. So 90-degree angle in left leg and in the right leg. We are going to start with our knee down warrior. Maybe extend right hand up. And if you're feeling safe here, maybe sweep that left arm up as well. We are going to feel the arms really active. Feel the arms frame the ears. Let the fingers be active. We will reach and stretch through the fingertips. We'll take a release here. Let's begin to straighten the right leg out behind us so you can have your toes on the ground. Begin to press out through the heel and the back of the knee. Option to hold onto your chair. Maybe one hand sweeps up and the other hand will meet it. The variation of our crescent warrior in the chair. If it's challenging to have that leg right behind you, feel free to scooch it off to the right side of the room a little bit to give yourself a little bit more space. Let's begin to gently release the hands to the heart. We'll take a full breath here. We are going to twist to the left as you exhale. So we hook that right elbow on the left knee. And then we encourage the prayer hands towards the center of the chest. With your in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. On the out-breath, allow for the twist to deepen. We'll gently unwind the pose, maybe hands on the chair. We're going to set up for our warrior one position. So right foot will be back. We'll have our back foot at a 45-degree angle. And feel free to send that right foot off to the right. That's going to make it gentler on your knee. So it can be right off to the right side of the room. You can hold onto the chair, maybe one hand up, maybe both hands up. Let's gently relax our shoulders away from the ears. We'll create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down the back body. With your exhale, we're going to open into warrior two position. So you may have to do a little adjusting of the feet to align in this one. So feel free to take that right foot off to the right side. We'll have our shoulders over the hips. Let's take a nice deep diaphragmatic breath into the stomach Breathe into the ribs. Breathe into the chest. We'll take reverse. You can take that right hand down your right leg. You can also wrap your arm around your low back. Reach for the other hip crease. We'll take a half bind here. And then rolling that left shoulder open to the left a little bit more to get a little bit more of that shoulder stretch and shoulder opening. We can come back to center. Let's reset to warrior two. We'll take that left arm to our left leg. And if you'd like more stretch, maybe bring your hand down to the ground. And we'll just breathe here, trying not to collapse into the bottom shoulder. We'll try to create a little lifting here and a little bit of lengthening here. Let's begin to rise back up. We're going to pause in warrior two. We'll feel the arms very active here. Reach through your front hand, reach through the back hand. Hands can begin to relax. We're going to reset on the legs. So feet are planted, knees are bent, and a gentle swish of the knees to the right and to the left. Let's drop our knees off to the right. We're going to set up for that knee down twist to begin. So we'll aim for that 90-degree angle in right leg and left leg. Holding on to the chair, maybe sweeping the fingertips up. Let's gently glide those shoulder blades down the back body. We'll transition to our crescent warrior. Let's straighten the left leg. You can have it behind you, or you can send it to the left to give yourself a bit more space. Holding on to the chair, maybe hands extend up. Let's come back to the breath. Feel the breath. Move in your nose and move out of your nose. We'll bring hands to prayer heart. Breath to lengthen. Let's twist. We're going to hook that left elbow on the right knee. We'll encourage the prayer hands to the center of the chest. Breathing here. Feel that right shoulder rolling open and the left shoulder rolling under a little bit. We'll gently unwind. Let's take ourselves back to our crescent. And we'll try for our warrior one pose. So we're going to scooch that left foot off to the left quite a bit. We'll have our back foot at that angle. We'll try to square our hips and our shoulders forward as best as we can. We're going to take those hands up or hold on to the chair. And strong connection to the core here. Feel the tailbone tuck. Feel your navel move back and up towards the spine a little bit. We'll take a full breath here. As you exhale, let's open into our warrior two position. And then as you take warrior two, we'll feel that left foot floating to the left if needed. And you will want your toes pointing straight off to that wall. So nice alignment for your knee. Hands are going to reach forward and back. And then finding some nice activation in the legs. So the legs won't actually move, but almost imagine that you could pull your feet in towards the center line of your body. Let's take it to reverse warrior. We'll come to peaceful warrior two position. And we'll breathe so deeply here. Almost imagine you could create a little space in between the ribs as you inhale deeply and as you exhale deeply. We'll bring it through to warrior two. Let's come on down to a lateral angle. And you can always float the hand down for extended lateral angle. And feel that left shoulder roll back and right shoulder rolls under. And then breath in through the nose and breath out through the nose. Let's begin to ground into the feet. We're going to float ourselves back on through, pausing in warrior two. Try to allow for your shoulders to be right over the hips. We don't want that right hand pulling us forward too much. We can gently release. Let's take our feet out a little wider than our hips, and we will gently drop the knees to the left and drop the knees to the right. We're going to bring ourselves back to center here. Let's bring those feet in line with our hips. We are going to straighten out our right legs. You'll just be right on the heel of that right foot. Let's take a really nice calf and hamstring stretch. So on the exhale, we will fold down and we can just walk our hands down that leg. You can always reach for that foot and you could pull it in if you'd like. Maybe close the eyes. Just do a gentle scan of the body. Noticing where you might be holding on to tension. And then letting that tension go as you exhale. And gently reset. We'll realign through the spine. Left leg extends in front, pressing through your heel in the back of the knee. We will lengthen and fold. Maybe pulling those left toes in towards the face. Coming back to the breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Let's begin to release. Left leg, we're going to cross it up and over. We're just going to cross those legs. And you will just want to feel grounded evenly in the right sitting bone and the left sitting bone. Take a full breath here to lengthen. And then as for exhale, let's fold ourselves down. Head relaxes, arms relax. You could reach for your hands underneath the legs. Maybe try to reach for elbows underneath the legs. As best as you can, try to let your head hang heavy like a weight. We have so many little muscles. They work so hard to hold the head up. But when we take a stretch like this, we can really let them relax and we can let them release. Let's begin to rise up with the breath. Core engages. Left foot will plant. Right leg floats up and over. Get grounded evenly in the right and the left sitting bone. Let's fold down as you exhale. And then maybe just feeling how each exhalation lets you move a little deeper into the stretch. So as we exhale, we feel the heart melting to the legs. We feel that stomach melting down to the legs. And then we will gently release. Let's float ourselves back on up. We'll take our feet just out a bit wider than our hips and gentle drop of the knees to the left and to the right. Let's take ourselves back through to stillness. We'll float our feet in line with our hips. Core engages. Take an inhale here. Hands reach and stretch up. Right hand relaxes down the back body. Left hand moves onto that right elbow. And then we'll gently draw ourselves a little deeper into a shoulder stretch and release. So shoulders relax from your ears. We'll feel the shoulder blades gliding down the back body. Breathing in deeply, breathing out deeply. Let your hands sweep to the sky, full breath in. Let's take that left hand down the back body, right hand helps. Really try to open through the chest and open through the heart here. Let's sweep the arms out into a T position. We'll take the left arm under, right arm over. So we're going to keep those arms straight to start. And then we'll bend our left arm and then pull that right arm into the body. See if you can gently relax the right shoulder from the right ear. Take a full inhale through the nose. Take a full exhale through the nose. Let's sweep the arms out. Big inhale, maybe a baby back bend. Arms will be straight, left hand to the right. Right arm will bend. Right arm will pull that left arm in. And then strong connection to the core. Tailbone tucks, navel back and up towards the spine a little bit. Let's sweep the arms out into T. Full breath in, little bit of that back bend. Hands onto the shoulders. Let's take our elbows forward. We're going to do a nice big sweep. Exhale, let that go. Let's try that again. And one last time. We'll go for 3 total. Good. Let's relax those hands down. We're going to make our way up to standing. We'll try out some standing stretches. So as we come up to stand, let's bring our chair to the left side of us. So we'll just have a little bit of support there on the left side. We are going to find that nice foundation. So feet are in line with our hips. Toes are pointing straight forward. Let's bring our right leg up and over. We're going to work with a standing hip stretch. So we'll create the number 4. And then if you would like a little bit more stretch, we are going to bend into that left knee. We're going to drop the hips down. Option for a shoulder stretch, right hand up. If you'd like a little more, you feel that the balance is stable, left hand reaches as well. So our trick with balancing is to find one spot that's not moving, one spot to focus concentration, to focus awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eye shift at all. Let's hold it for one more deep inhale and deep exhale. Hands relax, arms relax. Let's take it over to the opposite side. Getting nice and grounded in your right foot. Left leg floats up. Hips drop back and down. Option to sweep the hands up with the breath. Let's find that nice activation in your left leg. So we are going to flex the left foot. We're going to press out through our heel. And then nice activation in that left knee. So this left knee can move down towards the ground, giving a little bit more of that hip stretch and a little bit more of that leg stretch. Try to feel nice and grounded through all the parts of your right foot. So we're going to press through the inside and the outside. And then noticing your body's natural tendency, if you roll in or if you roll out. We will relax the arms. We'll do a little reset on legs. Let's take feet out a bit wider than hips. A gentle sweep of the arms side to side. We'll bring it to empty coat sleeve stretch. And then as you twist to the right, you're just lifting up that left heel, letting your toes track in the same line as your knees. Let's bring ourselves back to stillness here. We're going to reach for the back of the chair, taking downward facing dog using the chair. And then you can have the hands on the chair. You can also rest the forearms if that feels better for you. Try to bring the weight back into your heels. Toes be light. Little feeling like those toes could just lift off of the ground to lengthen. So the legs, feel the sitting bones reaching, stretching to the sky. Spine lengthen. Full breath in, breath out. And then we will walk ourselves through. Let's come to a fold, and then we'll make our way to standing position. As you come to stand, let's roll the shoulders out. Nice big shoulder circle. And then relax the shoulders down. Let's have our chair off to the right side of us. And we'll work with a one-legged mountain pose. So we'll begin to lift that left leg up when you're ready. Toes can be on the ground, maybe aiming towards a 90-degree angle in time. Left hand can reach up, and if the balance is feeling stable, maybe right hand meets it. We are going to engage the core here. Feel the tailbone tuck. Feel the navel move back and up towards the spine. And then create that nice long line that flows through the spine. Hands relax, leg reset. Chair, let's bring that to the left side of us. Getting grounded in the left hand. Right leg lifts up when you're ready. Right hand sweeps up. Left hand meets it as well, if that works for you. Let's gently draw the shoulders away from the ears. Let's connect back deeply to the breath. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. Finding that length with each breath. Hands relax. Legs relax. Let's take it back to empty coat sleeves, feet a bit wider than hips. Gentle sweep of the arms to the right and the left. Just remembering to lift that heel up as you twist. Good. Let's bring it back through to center. Feet are in line with hips. Take an inhale, hands reach and stretch up. We'll take an exhale, gently floating the hands to the heart. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope that you enjoyed today's chair yoga practice. Please leave me any comments or feedback in the chat. I look forward to being back with you next week. We have yoga on Monday, 5:30 East Coast time. That's 45 minutes of stretching on your mats. I'll also be here on Tuesday at 3 o'clock East Coast time, and that will be for mindful stretch. We'll do 15 minutes of mindfully stretching on the yoga mat. Have a beautiful day today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.